Hey, good morning. It is Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. Tanner, Drew, and Laura, we are live.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just me or is this year flying by way too fast?
So fast.
June
How is it
3rd?
June already?
It's crazy.
It is flying by, man, and I can feel it in my lower back and knees.
Yeah.
And the older I get, man, you look in the mirror. I was looking in the mirror, and I got my haircut yesterday, too. That's when I realized I'm getting older, too. I see how much gray is just, you
In your lap.
Yeah, you see it in your lap, and you're like, oh, my gosh. And then you feel it in the mornings, and then, good morning.
and here it goes again. For
Here
me,
we are.
the time of year is killing me. I am leaking today. Like,
The
allergies?
sinuses.
yeah, and I think the only thing I can think that was different yesterday for me is, we were at soccer practice, and while it's a turf field, it's next to a massive, mountain of grass that was so long, and I just watched it wave for an hour, and I'm wondering if it just drummed me.
I feel like that might be better than freshly cut grass because I took Cooper for a walk and I was walking right by freshly cut grass the other day, and boy, man, I feel like it makes my eyes itch.
I get it. It just depends on your sensitivities, I suppose. But
Yeah.
And maybe
Yeah.
it's this weather is so nice. The flowers are popping so hard. The trees are if you touch certain trees, you just get a green pollen blob.
yeah,
like
it's kind of
on your
hard
shirt.
hard to pinpoint what exactly.
A little
it
bit of
is.
everything.
Yeah.
It's
Probably.
bad when you come outside and you can see a little layer of pollen on your car. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
God in heaven.
Car's green.
You just try to hold your breath as you get in your vehicle. But
You have to use your ice scraper to scrape off your windshield.
How are your allergies? Do you have bad allergies right now, Laura?
No, mine are fine. The only thing, when I was hiking over the weekend,
Yeah.
I was sniffling and my nose was running the whole time, but also I was surrounded by nature and flowers but typically every once in a while I'll go into a sneezing fit and I'm like, oh my God. But it hasn't been too bad.
It's worse when you have to do a sneezing fit during a turn.
Oh yeah, it's
you're in the middle of an
keep
intersection.
your eyes open.
Yeah, I try. Oh my God! The other day I was doing that, and it was one of those where I had a camera. So
Oh,
I'm doing
yeah.
everything I can to keep it together and don't crash my car and get a ticket at the same time.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's a little strange that we don't hear about more sneeze accidents?
know. Yeah.
What happened? Oh, sneeze. Because you close your eyes, you clinch up for a second, you're not there.
I bet you it happens a lot, but people don't want to admit it. What happened? Oh, there was a dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not my
You
fault.
just never hear it.
That's true. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question because I've certainly been in situations where I'm worried for my life.
Yeah,
as I
guaranteed
go
You
into
get a
it's
the sneezing
double or a
fit.
triple, like Tanner, you'll have a 5-pack of sneezes. That's 12 seconds of your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guaranteed it's happened. I would imagine that people are a little shy about admitting that.
Well, even just a sneeze, even if it's just one sneeze and it's a powerful sneeze and you're behind the wheel, you're just
Yeah,
skirt!
you jank it right into a mailbox.
Just try and lock your arms and just don't move.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open. Focus. Yeah, it happens a lot with me, and I'm trying to get it together. Coming up later on this morning, we've got Lincoln Park tickets. We'll have those at 7:30 for you if you want to see them at the Moda Center. We also
Nice.
have another edition of Who's the A-Hole coming up later on today. We'll take your calls and give you the scenario coming up around 8 o'clock this morning. In the meantime,
And now, the big story.
this is where we go around the room sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. A couple of food-related incidents going on right now.
Sure, yeah, I'll go first. I think the big story is today's a big holiday. You guys, I don't know if you're aware, but it's National Egg Day, and there is some good news to go along with that. The price of eggs has actually dropped nearly 61% since March, which is good news. The largest data, or the latest data rather, from the U.S. Department of Agriculture shows white large shell eggs now average about $2.52 per dozen, which obviously is down quite a bit from the $8 a dozen we were paying the first week of March. Over 30% of Americans had stopped buying eggs because the cost had gotten so high. So if you haven't been down the egg aisle for a while, which I know I haven't even thought about buying eggs the last couple of times I was at the grocery store, it may be safe to head back and pick up a dozen or two.
It's one of the healthiest, cheapest ways we feed America, so we're very lucky that that's heading in the right direction.
I think the big story of the day is if you like a little pepper on those eggs, there's a shortage apparently coming. Global inventory levels of black peppercorn are decreasing, leading to a potential scarcity of black pepper in kitchens worldwide. according to Majestic Spice, and you guys know.
No, they know it all.
Majestic Spice is always on top of it. Demand for black pepper remains steady, but unpredictable weather patterns in key harvesting regions like India, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka are disrupting supply chains. Trade issues are further discouraging investment in black pepper production, with only 4 countries producing 80% of the world's pepper supply.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Our whole supply chain in life is wild. You know, you get one rainstorm in a corner of the globe and we all lose pepper.
Yeah, so you can expect price increases and a shortage.
Oh, come on now. I actually think I need some pepper, too.
Black
I
pepper.
think I'm getting at the end of my little grinder.
I always feel like I have like 3 of those hidden somewhere in a cupboard behind some flour.
When you think you're out, and so you go buy more, and then you find out that you're not out
Got
at
to
all.
pile them. Well,
Yeah.
you'll need those if the shortage hits. The big story to me is if you're looking for plans this weekend, it's free fishing in Oregon. Pretty big time. This includes fishing, clamming, and crabbing. No fishing/shellfish licenses or tags will be required for anyone. You still have to follow fishing regulations, obviously. And the cool thing is Oregon State Parks is also offering free parking and camping on Saturday. So if you think about you dial all that together, you could have a free weekend that normally costs you a little bit of coin.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be super warm this weekend, so it'll be nice being next to the water for sure.
Get that rod in the water.
Let me see what the actual forecastico is saying.
Meteorologist
nice.
Tanner, let's consult.
It's going to be hot, but nice.
Yeah, Friday 83 degrees, Saturday 89 degrees. And sunny. Sunday is going to be swamp donkey hot at 93 degrees and sunny, and it'll cool off a little bit Monday on 87 degrees.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Might as well, get a little heat in. It's time to find some water.
All right, download the iHeartRadio app for your cell phone. We're going to check those messages here in a few minutes. So if you got something to say to the show, hit that microphone button. It's right there at the very top of the screen. Press it, record a quick message. It'll come right to the studio.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
keep the dumb effery to a minimum today. And also, just push the button. It's on your iHeartRadio app. It's your first preset. Just push the button. Bye, Brew Crew. Thanks, iHeartRadio.
She's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. So we don't have to.
And the work of iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stephanie, is that what she said?
Steph.
She said she's driving to Seattle today.
Oh, wow.
She gets around.
She's driving all over the place. One of our listeners, she just, like the other day, she said she was driving to, I think, Salem and then to Bend.
Yeah. She's all over.
She's all over the place.
Serious miles.
Yeah. So today she's driving to Seattle, so be safe. And thank you for rocking us on the iHeartRadio app. This morning, and same as yesterday, I come in the studio and Laura is sitting there looking at videos. It's a live stream of these eagles, these bald eagles.
Yeah.
And they're like adorable little family of bald eagles. They just had some babies a couple of months ago.
Yeah, 90 days because I got in this morning and there's only one. Because it's Sunny and Gizmo are the two little eaglets. And Sunny left the nest yesterday. He's spreading wings.
Does that mean it's permanent or is
her wings, I guess? And
You're all sad. I thought you were going to say it was dead, and it did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I've just been watching these little baby eagles for 3 months, and now I turn on the camera this morning, and there's only one. But you're right. They are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and is it a permanent thing? Will it come back to the nest? Is it just
we don't know. It might. But
it just took the family car.
Yeah, I guess it's out like learning how to hunt from mom and dad now.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's pretty cool.
But Laura's been consistently checking on this little family, and it's kind of adorable because I think eagles are incredible. They're just amazing birds. I was at the zoo a couple of weeks ago, and you can pretty much reach out and touch them. You know, they're so close.
I saw one in the wild when I was doing my hike the other day. We got to the top of the mountain, and there was just this majestic eagle flying by. I was like, America!
They're so graceful, too.
I know.
They barely move, and they just glide through the air.
Right. Unfortunately for Laura, some hunter just shot it right out of the sky.
Stop.
Right when she saw it.
Boom!
Better not.
It's gonna look great on my wall.
Oh my God. If you went into somebody's house and they had a stuffed bald eagle, I think you have to fight them.
I was gonna say that's like an about face and like leave.
Yeah, it's
right?
treason or something.
For
I don't know.
America, you have to fight them on the spot. It doesn't matter if they're making you dinner.
But it got me thinking, you know, Laura's been consistently checking this every day. What is something that you're obsessed with that you check every single day?
Yeah.
Is there a website? Is there some eaglets that you're watching, little baby eaglets grow? Or fall out of the nest and get taken by a cougar?
Well, one of them did, like when they were still like very little fluff balls. There was a big snowstorm and one of them didn't make it. We actually don't know if it fell out of the nest or if it just got like eaten by the other ones.
Oh, geez.
Because, I mean, times are tough.
Yeah. What is something that you check every single day? You're just kind of obsessed with. Maybe it's a website. Maybe it's ESPN. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe it's RedTube. You little weirdo.
You gotta give it a look.
Just see what's new.
Just checking out the new content.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. Laura's obsessed with checking these eaglets. I'm obsessed with. There's this website called /Film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's that?
/film.com, and it just gives you movie updates like, hey, this actor's been hired or this director's been fired.
Oh, wow.
I love Hollywood business stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, just reading about the industry and like what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with checking that. I check it every single day.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is you don't have to obsess probably like 3, 4, 5 times a day at least because you get the updates once a day, or is that wrong?
I just go to the website. It's almost by habit.
I'm just saying, like, does it? Do they update throughout the day, or do you get a one?
Yeah, it's just like TMZ.
Oh, okay,
it's like TMZ, so they just update when they get something.
Oh, so you do have to kind of repeat.
Yeah,
check.
yeah. So like there could be something I could check today, and then by 4 o'clock, who knows?
A big explosion of content.
Yeah. Could be big updates on a Marvel movie that I don't know about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I'm obsessed with. Drew, what about you? Is there something that you're obsessed with checking every day, like the little eaglets?
I definitely check ESPN, the feed, every day, which is when you open the app, you scroll like a tiny bit down and there's just a list of headlines. They're all bullet points of of what's going on, but those change throughout the day. Like
Right.
whatever's at the top this morning will likely be off the feed completely by the afternoon. Now, a lot of it is, you're shoving stuff to the side trying to hear something about your team or something cool, or somebody like getting hammered and like breaking into a van and they play for the Eagles, like that kind of stuff.
Naturally.
But I try not to do it with like the TMZs of the world, like
I
used
can't
to when
do
it
a
first
TMZ,
came out. But
yeah.
it's almost like Hollywood smut.
I don't even know
Right,
half the
yeah.
people like they talk about on TMZ anymore. I go to TMZ and they're like, so-and-so's dating so-and-so. I don't know who any of these
It's all
people are.
like TikTok and YouTube influencers.
I couldn't care less about some of those people
Yeah.
going to TMZ, so that's out. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, it absolutely makes you feel a little old.
What is something that you're obsessed with checking? Laura is literally, as we speak, looking at the little eaglets.
Yeah, well,
Just staring at the little
singular,
babies.
'cause the only one left is Gizmo.
Oh.
Gizmo's alone.
Do you have a little attachment to him? You like?
Well, I just want them to succeed. I want them to do well in life, be able to catch their own fish, and just have their own families maybe someday.
Yeah.
Why
Little
is
bird
there a
family.
webcam on them? Why are they not left to their own?
I don't know. It's just the big bear bald eagle live nest, and they have these two eagles that they've been following for a while. Jackie and Shadow are mom and dad. So whenever they have little babies, the world celebrates. Drew, come on, get on board.
No, I think they're eagles are the best.
Yeah.
What's something you're obsessed with doing every single day, like Laura checking these little baby eaglets? We got text messages coming in on our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line at 98197. This text from 6525 says, I watched the stock market. I've doubled my retirement fund since taking complete control of my investment funds in April.
Whoa. Wow, that's impressive. Now, that was the other one I was going to say is like the Fidelity app, which, so in 1 minute from right this second, the stock market will open and everything will change. And then throughout the day until 1 p.m., it'll be like up and down. Your money's going up and down. So you check it like a wild man.
Yeah.
This text from 7308 says, I check on the Instagram account Simon Sits and their foster dog Tiki every day, and that little dog has captured my heart.
Oh my God, have you been following Tiki?
I have not.
Oh
I'll have to
my
check it out.
God. You got to go back and like check out because it's like, it was just like this really scared, timid little foster dog that they didn't know if he would ever come out of his shell. And it's just like his journey to now.
I follow this one girl who found a dog, a little puppy in a trash can, and she's rehabilitating that. So
that's cool.
Let's go to Richard on the phone. Richard, what's something that you check every single day that you're obsessed
His
with?
name is Mike.
Whatever. It says Richard on the phone. How am I supposed to keep track of everything? Good morning, Mike.
I love it. Good morning. Hey, I check Legos on Facebook every day, constantly. I have more Legos than any grown man should ever admit to. But I want to chime in on Laura's little eagle thing. I have two daughters, an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old, and we've been watching those eagles. We watched them hatch, and we watched the other one fly away yesterday on my
You
8-year-old's
watched
birthday.
it? I missed it.
So it didn't plummet
we
to
did.
its death.
We missed it. We had to pull up the clip and watch it fly away.
Yeah, because you
They
can
have
go
them both
back.
online.
Yeah.
Well, at least it flew
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't
It's like,
taken away.
that didn't look like flight to me.
I'd be like, there was another bird. It was, oh my God.
Yeah.
Is free fall? Do they pull out of that?
We introduced that to both our children's classrooms. They can watch it in school as well.
Oh, that's cute.
That is
That's
pretty
very
cool. I'm
cool.
sure my girls would like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Yeah,
Well, appreciate your
absolutely.
comment. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
All right, have a good one, guys.
You too, buddy. All right, what's something you're obsessed with checking every single day, like Laura's Eaglets or my movie account or Drew's Grinder account? 866-445-1059 is the phone number.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Well, it's always nice to get a little David versus Goliath story, where the underdog who's not supposed to do it gets the job done. Well, we were set up for one of those scenarios yesterday with a spot in the Women's College World Series on the line, and of course, Oklahoma is the juggernaut. They're the championship machine, and the question was, would they be able to do it again? But what stood in their way was Texas Tech, and these ladies were just needed to get one more run to get rid of Oklahoma and get themselves a spot for the very first time ever in the Women's College World Series when this happened.
Allred's first pitch swinging into right. Barker loads up. Davis to the plate. Save! Texas Tech has done it! They end the greatest dynasty in college softball history. The Red Raiders storm to the championship series.
It's pretty cool to see Oklahoma, of course, stunned, but you can't win them all, so next year I'm sure they'll be back strong. Also, remember, you do not get the finals of the NBA until Thursday, and not until tomorrow night will the Stanley Cup finals start. But once it's going to be huge. That's Florida and Edmonton tomorrow at 5 p.m. There's your sports.
All right, thank you very much. Lincoln Park tickets all this week. The show is coming up at the Moda Center in September, and if you want to be there, we'll have your shot at tickets here at 7:30 this morning. We'll play Finish That Lyric, the Lincoln Park edition.
Yeah.
Also, this morning we want to know, what are you obsessed with checking every single day, like Laura? She's been checking up on this little eagle family, these little baby eaglets.
Yeah.
What are their names again?
Their names are Sunny and Gizmo, and Sunny flew away yesterday.
Right.
So it's just Sunny, or just Gizmo in the nest.
But she's, emotionally invested in these little things, and checks it every single day. Like, without fail, I see Laura in the studio checking this on the computer. So
got it on right now.
What are you obsessed with checking? What's something that you're going to every single day? This guy earlier said he was obsessed with going to the stock market and seeing what's going on there. 866-445-1059 is the phone number. More of your calls and texts coming up. Hang on.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Now, what's trending?
Online at 1059thebrew.com, you can check out a lot of good stuff like a Donkey Show podcast. It's the show after the show, unedited, uncensored. You get a little behind the scenes look at the show. And you can hear that. So we're going to record a brand new one today, and it'll be posted around 11 a.m. at 1059thebrew.com. Another mashup nobody asked for, but we have anyway.
Okay.
Hey, don't miss out. I want you passing. You're missing the hooter of the funky Buddha. I know that I'm styles that get wicked. So come on, it's like we're starting to kick it. Cause we're like the outlaw spot. It was suckers I hide it.
Cypress Hill.
When they see me.
Yeah.
Hanging out the window with my magnum, taking us some kind of local. I'm just another local kid from the street getting paid for my vocal. Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man.
I like it. It's crazy how actually that works out.
I would have liked a little more bop in there.
A little more bop.
Let them get a few words in.
Less Cypress, more
not
bop.
necessarily less, just more bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it though.
Whatever happened to Hanson? Whatever happened to those kids?
I don't know.
Mortgage brokers?
Probably.
No idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it.
Every 10 years or so, they do a reunion tour just to pad the bank account.
Oh, but I bet they can walk into a bar though, any college bar, and just.
How old are they now? Are they
lay
like
pipe.
40? How old are
Yeah,
they?
no, because I think
30.
they were older than me.
Yeah, a lot
Younger
of
than
people
me, I think.
who've got like Hanson on their bucket list.
Yeah.
You know, like Laura probably has one of the
Exactly.
Hanson brothers on her bucket list.
Nah, I was never into Hanson. I'm serious. I wasn't really into the boy band scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like a good Charlotte girl. You like a good Charlotte.
Totally.
And they weren't even a boy band. They were, weren't they all brothers? And like,
Yeah, they're like child stars.
One was like 9. That's not exactly a boy band.
Yeah, they were like the Jonas Brothers before the Jonas Brothers.
I think they played their instruments though. I think
Yeah, they did.
they were an actual band. They started in 1992. So whoa.
Let's see, how old are the Hanson brothers now?
Anyway, nobody cares. You can
not
go check out
true.
that video, 1059thebrew.com. We'll have it online in a few minutes.
31, 42, and 44.
There it is. There it is. They're in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
They'd be listeners if they lived in Portland.
The old one's my
for sure.
age, close to it.
All right, coming up in a few minutes, we're going to check some of your talkback messages. Also, we want to know, what is something that you're obsessed with checking every single day? Laura has been obsessed with checking on these little baby eaglets, this live feed of baby eaglets. What's something you check every day? Your call is coming up after STP. We're commercial free on 1059 The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break, or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes.
All right, we all have our things. We're creatures of habit, and we all have our things that we do every single day. I have websites that I go to every single day without fail. Slashfilm.com is one of them. To get all my movie news from there. Mm-hmm. You know, see who's directing what, see who's been fired from what. It's I really love it. Mm-hmm. Laura's obsessed with checking on these little baby eagles, these little eaglets.
Yeah.
And there's a live feed, I guess. They put a camera up in a tree right in front of the nest. And it's a great shot. Where's the eagles actually at? In California, you said?
Yeah, Big Bear, California.
Big Bear, California.
Big Bear.
And it's a beautiful shot. They position the camera very well where you see like the river in the background. It's very majestic.
Yeah, man, prime real estate.
And
it's amazing they even got it in there without, you know, like I feel like a bird might be able to smell your presence when you put it in.
Well, I think they probably, that's a good point. I'm sure they put it in when the eagles, because they don't return to the nest for several months.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure they put it in on the off season. And
yeah,
then,
they have beach houses.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll out.
When they're away, we put cameras in like creeps. And so Laura's obsessed with watching this thing, and they're really cute. These little baby eaglets, you know, you see them before they get their white on their heads.
Yeah, and they're actually so big now. They're like as big as mom and dad.
And without fail, so even on the weekends, Laura, you check this website?
No, I usually only check it when I'm in the studio.
Okay.
So when my laptop's open, I got the Eagles on.
Right. Well, what's something that you check every day? Are you somebody who goes to ESPN every single day? We had a message earlier from a guy who was like, "Yeah, I go to the stock market every day to see what's going on there." I can see if you got a Fidelity account, you know, one of those
and it's real-time
Robinhood
updates.
accounts or something.
Yeah, and it's letting you know, especially if it's not just your 401k, if it's like a volatile stock. You know, you could go to the bathroom, make $400, check it in a half hour, and be down $300 on it.
Right.
You know, it's like anything can happen.
It's stressful
in the Wild West.
I wouldn't want to check it all the time. It would make me nervous.
Yeah.
Some people can't help it.
Yeah.
It's like gambling, I feel like. Set and forget it, though. That's what I'd want to do. And then just be pleasantly surprised if the money showed up.
If it works out.
866-445-1059. What's something you're obsessed with checking every single day, like Laura's little eaglets?
Morning, Brew Crew. The older I get, the bigger of a softie I become with animals, and I'll check out some stuff on YouTube. Usually it's like the Dodo channel, I think that's what it is, and they'll save neglected animals. Usually it's dogs, but it can be horses, iguanas, whatever.
Aww.
And I just wait for that happy ending, you know. Sometimes there's a bad ending and it'll ruin your day, but about 98% of the time there's a good ending, and just makes you feel good that people are still nice out there to animals.
Happy Brews Day, Brew Crew. McD here. I'm going to make a scrambled egg sandwich for National Egg Day, shake some black pepper on it, and head up to Mount Hood because I'm obsessed with the conditions up there. Get another month in on the snow. And I'll be listening to the iHeartRadio the whole time. Thank you. Keep on rocking. You guys rock.
Man.
Yeah, something I check every day. My Fidelity app. Got to check that IRA, see how that's doing. Checking my bank account, seeing how much money I've blown. And I got to go on Reddit. Check out all those clown girls and redheads, baby. Woo! Okay. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Wow.
He loves him, his redheads.
Yeah.
This guy, I think a lot of people will agree with this. This text comes from 6857. This could be a gal, too. Facebook Marketplace. They're obsessed with checking Facebook Marketplace every single day. I think Beefwater's that way.
Oh, yeah.
It's how you scour for antiques, deals, things like that.
Gotta get those deals.
When I was looking for like a little home gym, I was checking it multiple times a day. Same thing when I wanted a new studio desk at home.
I mean, you have to because that stuff goes fast.
Yeah,
It really does.
and it does kind of become an obsession. It's fun, you know. It's fun to go and see what you can grab real quick.
Right.
And, is this item still available?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Another one is, do you guys get obsessed with the weather app? You know, because for me, I was gonna say it's seasonal, but the more I think about it, it's like this time of year, I'm like, I pull it open in the morning. How hot is it going to be?
Yeah.
How hot's it going to be in the afternoon on a soccer field? Or in the winter, I open it up. Is there going to be ice on my car? And then I'm like, is there going to be ice on my way home? I'll check it 15 times a day in the winter.
That's the dad in you.
And it's just being a weather dork too. You know, it's like the older you get, you talk about weather.
That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This text comes from Fat Thor. He says he checks Pornhub every single day to see if there's any new videos.
Wow. I'm sure there are.
Or an old video that just rotated to the top that he didn't even know about.
Yeah.
I mean, there's there's so much porn out there. I mean, do you really need any new porn?
Such a trough.
There's so much.
It's troubling.
It is a lot. There's a lot in Laura's phone. It's gross. 98197, that is our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. What is something that you're obsessed with checking every single day? I haven't been to /film.com yet today, but I'm going to.
See what's going on. See if there's any good news.
Oh, it looks like James Cameron's new horror movie has been announced, and it's got people asking some questions.
Is he directing it, or is it just something with his name on it? Because I thought he only directs Avatar.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I'll have to read it. Drew. I'll have to read it.
Does he? Yeah, figure that out.
Well, we've got time to read that
movie?
article.
More of your calls and texts coming up here in just a few minutes. We also have some Linkin Park tickets coming up this morning. That show is in September, and we'll have your shot at tickets here at 7:30. We're commercial free. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Happy Tuesday. We want to know, what are you obsessed with checking every day? Laura is obsessed with checking on these little baby eagles that were born a couple of months back. They got a live camera up in the nest in California, and so she's been every day checking it here in the studio. What's something that you check every day? I check these movie websites. I like to know what's going on in Hollywood, see what movies are being made, what actors are going to be starring in which movies. Drew is constantly checking his Grindr account. There's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know when somebody's here to grind.
We got some talkback messages coming in through our iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, Bro Crew. Drew makes a very good point. See, I work out in the weather, so I do tend to check the weather every single day. Every morning when I wake up, oh, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be super rainy? Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? When is it going to get to be 65 degrees so I can take my night pants off? Hate those stupid things. Peace.
They would call them the night pants.
Night
pants. Not pants.
It's the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
Night
Sounds very violent.
Yeah, and when you work outside, that's, you probably do
Gotta
get
know.
into a real habit of checking the weather every day.
For sure.
More talkbacks in through our
Okay, that looks good, and that's okay. Oh, what the hell is it? Oh my God! I gotta call the cop. Oh, wait a minute! I made my house payment. Okay, we're good. No. False alarm. All right. Have a good one. Later.
It's him checking his bank account thinking he's been robbed.
I see.
He just lost $2,000 to the man.
Got it.
Or, to the house.
It's the same thing, it feels like.
Yeah, it is all the same.
All right, 98197 is our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. What are you obsessed with checking every single day? Let us know. What?
Did the eagle fly away?
Nobody just pooped.
God, when you do things like that, when she does that, I hate it.
Well, the eagle pooped, Tanner. You needed to know.
It's funny to watch him poop because he just leans over and just shoots it out of his butt.
See, we all have goals.
Thank you. All right, more talkbacks into our app.
Check my bank account every day, once in the morning, once at lunch, and once when I get home. You never know what's going to happen. But to make sure nobody's stealing your identity.
I also think it could be, like let's say it's around the NBA draft time or NFL draft, and you're constantly obsessed with what's going on with your squad. I could see you obsessed with checking, like Drew. I could see you checking the Vikings, seeing what's going on with the Vikings every hour.
Yeah, and I think seasonally that happens with sports fans, right? Like when you're in season for whatever team you're obsessed with, you're in it all the time looking for, especially the game comes up tomorrow, and then today's the game, then tomorrow's we talk about the game, and then the day after that is looking forward to the next game. There was never a time where you wouldn't just go scroll feed.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you can go around, and that's one team. Multiply that for each sport where you love a team.
Well, and I feel like March Madness is like that, where you're checking your bracket all the time. And it's like, and when it comes to sports, it varies by season, but it's all the same.
A lot of passion.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. This morning we got some Linkin Park tickets. Linky Pinky is what they're called on the street.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Linky Pinky.
All the kids are calling them.
And we'll have some tickets for you. We'll play our fun game called Finish That Lyric, where we're going to, we'll play a Linkin Park song and then we'll stop it. But you got to tell us what the rest of the song, what the lyrics are, how the song goes.
Sing it badly.
Let's hope they're better than yesterday.
That's coming up here in just a few minutes. Happy Tuesday. It's 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
1059 The Brew, Portland's rock station. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Mike says, listen, I know this is kind of weird, but I'm obsessed with checking the prices of gas every day.
Oh.
He just likes to log on and see what the average price of gas is here in Oregon.
Well, I mean, I guess if you drive a lot, so you kind of have to be aware.
You must,
yeah.
But it feels like the kind of thing where, and I get it, if you drive, every penny matters, but it normally doesn't flux a ton day to day. It might go down every day for a while, but be hard to just stare at that number.
Mm-hmm.
This text from 9696 says that, Laura, I'm also watching the eaglets. They were hatched the day after my total knee replacement, so I've been watching them every single day. It's kind of sad right now that Sonny's gone and Gizmo's all by himself.
I know. He's flapping, though. You can tell he wants to go. But
I don't know if you've done any homework on this, but
not a ton.
But once they leave the nest, does that, like the brother and sister or whatever they are, Gizmo and
Sonny,
fly early, do those two meet up anywhere, or is that it?
I think that's it. I know there's not really like the family dynamic that you would like.
But they go and get their other family because those birds are made for life.
Yes, they do. And then they'll go and do their own
So they partner
thing,
up,
but
and they do their thing, and then lose
Uh-huh.
their children. That's sad.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jackie and Shadow, mom and dad. But
Empty nesters.
Yeah, but even they go and do their own thing until mating season, and then they come back and try again.
Laura is such a bird lady,
Yeah.
obsessed with those crows, obsessed with checking these eaglets.
Everyone's obsessed with these eagles.
That's true, but you're a full-on bird lady.
You are a bird lady.
And
You are
they say not to trust bird ladies.
They don't say that. Who says that? Nobody says that, Drew.
People say that.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
Except
I don't
for
think so.
I was just about to reference the woman from Home Alone 2, but
pigeons.
she was to be trusted.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
she had to earn
So
it.
maybe
I mean,
she
was
maybe
shifty
hold
at
on,
first.
Drew. Maybe that's a lesson that we need to learn.
I'm gonna go
Just
ahead
to
and
trust
say
the bird ladies.
I have a heavy history with bird ladies. and
What-
I'm
what-
not gonna
don't.
Yes,
Drew's
my
mother-in-law.
mother-in-law's a bird lady, and you guys are barely trusted.
He says her house smells like
a
bird.
farm,
Yeah,
like
but
a farm.
she keeps
Like your
birds
porch smells.
indoors. How dare
Just like a
you?
farm.
How dare my porch smells so fresh. Actually, your wife gave me some good tips about flowers the other day, so it's smelling
I hope
fresh.
that freshens it up. That's nice. The birds are the eagles are a little different than you following crows and having a bunch of house birds in your house. Remember our old boss with a bird? When a bird died, it was the thing. People are intense about the birds.
Who was that? Oh, is that
Montana?
Oh, okay, yeah.
See, I got a history with you bird ladies.
Whatever. I don't know. There are no birds in my house.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'll keep you posted.
All right, coming up in a few minutes. Oh, this text from 7517 says, I check a website called Slick Deals every single day, finding stuff on sale that I don't need, but it's a good price, so maybe.
Yeah, it's a good site.
Slick Deals.
I never go, but I got to remember to go back there.
Slick Deals. I haven't been to there.
What kind? Is it good stuff or is it?
Just slick.
Okay.
Super
Pretty
slick,
slick stuff.
things at Slick Deals.
All right, coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to finish that lyric for your shot at tickets to see Linkin Park. Callers 10 and 11, that's what we're looking for on the phones right now. 866-445-1059. We'll do this here in less than 10 minutes. Happy Tuesday. We're commercial free in the brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
A lot of people supporting Laura this morning. This text comes from 3673. It says, I'm a big guy, and I check on the Big Bear Eagles every single day, too.
Yeah.
Glad I have a fellow fan in Laura.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. More people watching Little Eaglets.
I'm not a weirdo.
Oh, yeah, but the Eagles get a pass. I didn't call you a weirdo. I said not necessarily to be trusted.
I'm untrustworthy.
Not you, but it's a halo idea.
Okay.
You already got my point. I don't need to reiterate.
I think you're pretty weird. In a loving way.
Okay. See, I appreciate that.
98197 is our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. And it's time to play our game that we like to call...
Finish that lyric! Oh.
All right, Lincoln Park is going to be taking over the Moda Center in September. I'm excited for the show. I've never seen Lincoln Park before, man. What do you think they'll open with?
Ooh, maybe Crawling.
No, they won't open with Crawling.
Hit you with a classic?
No,
Or they're going to hit you with a new?
No way they're going to. I'll bet you No, they won't open with Crawling.
You don't think so?
No way. I'll bet you $20 they will not open with Crawling.
Okay, I'm not going to bet you $20 because they have so many songs.
Why?
I just guessed.
Well, that's not a good opening song.
Well, what do
It's
you...
got a slow
what do you
intro.
got?
Paper Cut, maybe. That's a good intro song.
Could be good.
Even
Paper Cut.
One Step Closer is a good intro song.
No, they
Oh
won't.
no, they'll play other places. Crawling.
But Paper Cut, maybe.
Crawling is, or sorry, in the what is it? One I just said.
Paper Cut.
No.
One Step Closer.
One Step Closer is a great intro
I'm
song.
about to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm about to break. It was the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you know?
That could be a good one.
I mean,
Watch
maybe.
your birds.
Oh my God!
But it is. But this is totally bucket list, though, because I mean, you in particular have been a fan of this band for over 20 years, so it's time to scratch the itch.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Even though Chester won't be there, I'm very excited to see the show. Let's go to Brian calling from Tualatin. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Are you excited to see Lincoln Park? Linky Pinky. I said that weird.
I would be very excited to see Lincoln Park.
No, say Linky Pinky.
Linky Pinky.
No, thank you.
He just opts out.
That is fair.
He's like,
my
I'm going to
man.
keep my integrity. Win or lose this game.
All right, sir. You have to finish that lyric. It's very simple. I'm going to play a Linkin Park song for you, and then at some point I'm going to stop it, and you just have to tell us what the lyric is.
All right.
All right. You know Linkin Park pretty well?
Linky Pinky.
Pretty well.
Okay.
Hybrid Theory start to finish, so.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
Linky
right.
Pinky Hybrid Theory was one of my favorite albums.
Mm-hmm.
I really think they should have done like the self-titled, like Linky Pinky.
Just Linky
That's
Pinky
it.
and let it speak for itself.
Yeah, but
All right, here we go. Here we go. Brian, listen closely.
There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing. This lack of self-control I fear is never ending.
Controlling, I can't sleep.
yeah, I'll accept that. That's
You'll
good.
accept
yeah,
that?
Yeah,
No singing whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
There
So
it is. We got this into confidence, unconvinced, and there's just too much pressure to take.
I felt this way before.
Sing the chorus, Brian. Sing the chorus. There he is.
Yeah.
God, Brian is a bore.
Which is okay.
In the street, they call that a saltine.
Hang on, Brian. We'll get your tickets to go see Linkin Park, all right?
Yeah.
Say Linky Pinky once.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Just say it.
Give us one Linky Pinky.
Linky Pinky.
There you
Go.
Some satisfaction that there.
By the way, the exact lyric, he botched it a little bit. Do you want to know what the exact
Sure.
lyric is? It's controlling. I can't seem.
So what did he say?
Sleep. I can't sleep.
Oh, technically, Laura, that's not right.
No, it is, but he said controlling. I can't. So he did get the next.
But that's
lyrics.
not.
You gave him an abbreviated win. That's what you did. See,
know.
what did I say? What did I say about bird ladies? What did I
Oh my
say?
God!
It's less than 10 minutes.
It's a commonly
Not to be trusted.
commonly misheard lyrics like Oh my God! I
Gotta
think
go with Laura on this
Unstable
one.
they
yeah.
are.
I mean, he got the next lyric correct.
Well, whatever. We're
Technically-
gonna give you the tickets. But
Yeah.
there's an asterisk next to this
Yeah,
one here.
you're Laura Bouquet.
Hang on the phone. We'll get your information, and we'll see you at the Lincoln Park show, my friend. Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there's going to be some listeners out there who disagree with Laura's
okay.
judgment
They're-
today.
how?
To hear from them.
The bird lady.
Yep. It's just, I mean, I actually appreciate you doing that because it makes me feel better about everything I said.
You know what? What is this? What is this gang up on Laura day today?
Technically,
oh, I'm sorry.
I'm neutral.
That's
Yeah,
every
he's
day.
just listening, and
Technically,
now
I'm
you're
neutral.
calling it a gang up.
She always, she always does
Oh
that.
my
She
God!
just throws
See,
me in
there you go.
She always does
using
that.
always language.
You do. You always do.
This is ridiculous.
You're always exhausting. We'll be back. Hang on.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
story.
It's time to go around the room, sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. I'll go first today, man. Rite Aid plans to shutter more than 300 of its stores.
Yo.
This comes after the drugstore chain filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy just last month. The newly planned closures are in addition to the more than 100 that Rite Aid announced last month that it would close. So this is just some of them.
If you've been in there anytime recently, the writing is on the wall because the products are not on the wall.
So I picked up a prescription from Rite Aid on Sunday, and the lady told me, she goes, we're closing June 13th is our last day, so you're going to have to find a new pharmacy.
That's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then do you have to reach it? Like, are you in charge of that? You can't just be like,
There's
okay,
another one near
give me
my
another.
house. Just tell my doctor that one. And
Yeah.
It's no big deal, but it's just kind of a
It's
bummer because I like
annoying.
this one, you know?
Yeah.
You get used to a routine.
Yeah, I'm comfortable there. I don't have to. They always have what I need. You know, like I go to the other one by my house. Like 50% of the time, they don't have what I need.
They don't have the right medications.
Yeah, they're
ready to fill.
out. So yeah, Rite Aid closing over 300 stores. So it could be one in your neck of the woods. I know mine's closing here in just like a week or two.
It was a staple from childhood. That's sad. The big story to me is coffee could help women as they age.
Hey.
As Laura sips a cup of coffee over there, or a cup of coffee in the morning could be good for you. Research out of Harvard University followed a group of 50,000 women for 30 years. And drinking coffee every morning was linked to staying mentally sharp and physically strong later in life. Decaf coffee and tea did not have the same effect. So you got to think about it. When you're tired, what do? You're stagnant. When you're stagnant, what happens? You're not as healthy. You don't live as long. So yeah, if coffee is what it takes, go get it. Just don't put a ton of creamer in it.
Drink another cup. Another 4 cups today.
I will.
Yeah. I think the big story is that this is pretty interesting. In northwestern Washington, about 250 million bees escaped a commercial truck that overturned. I didn't realize that's how they transported bees, was just in like semi-trucks. But the truck hauling an estimated 70,000 pounds of honeybee hives rolled over close to the Canadian border. Thankfully, the driver was uninjured. He did get a few bee stings.
The video I
as
saw,
you
there
might
were
imagine.
beehives just broken everywhere, and there were bees everywhere.
I guess he didn't navigate a turn well enough and just tipped the whole truck
man.
over, and the rest is history. So I don't know how they go about. I mean, I don't think you can probably capture 250 million
But if you go in
bees.
there and then at least get the queen.
Yeah,
If
try
they
and
can
get
get
a
the
hold of
queens,
something.
they might be okay to salvage some of it.
Yeah.
Rebuild, but 250 million in one truck? Ouch.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Doesn't your brother have a beehive?
Yeah, he's got a much smaller version, but yeah, he's made honey. I've helped him. It's just
You put on the suit and everything?
Yeah, I did the whole thing.
Wow.
And the little puffers, the little smoke puffers.
I think it'd be interesting to
yeah.
do that. I've seen videos recently of people getting next to those the size of the murder hornets, and they're crawling
my
all over
God,
them, and it's
yeah,
like it'd be kind of interesting to do.
It's weird when it's on the outside and you know you're safe. At
Yeah.
first, you don't feel like you're safe, but it's. I don't know if the word is cool, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll check it out sometime. All right, more on the stories at 1059thebrew.com. Coming up in a few minutes, another edition of Who's the A-Hole. We'll give you a scenario, and you'll just have to tell us who the A-Hole is via our talkbacks, text messages, or just call us old school, all right? That's coming up right after Ozzy. Happy Tuesday. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on 1059 The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
All right, it's now time for another edition of Who's the A-Hole, where we give you a real-life scenario, and you're just going to have to tell us who the A-Hole here is in this situation at 866-445-1059. All right, I found this on Reddit.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know. A woman was left alone in economy after her partner gets a free upgrade on a 14-hour flight.
Oh.
She's a bit sour about it.
Okay.
So this woman shared her experience on a long-haul flight when her partner and his brothers were upgraded to business class, leaving her alone in economy. The group is traveling using staff travel benefits arranged by her partner's mother, who works for the airline. Despite expressing her discomfort at flying alone on the long flight, her partner did not offer to stay with her, and neither did his brothers offer to swap seats. The woman spent the 14-hour flight reflecting on feeling abandoned and upset by her partner's decision. She later confronted him about the incident, leading to a disagreement about her reaction. He thought that she should just understand. We don't get opportunities like this very often, so what's the big deal?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like, well, first of all, when she's like, oh, none of the brothers want to do it, well, the brothers are out of this.
Right.
You know, this is between you and your guy.
So who is the a-hole here? 866-445-1059. What do you think? I got to be honest, I kind of do think the brother is the a-hole, because why not let the couple do it? You know, like if I would let the couple go.
Nah.
Why,
because
though?
then
because why not? Like that's
just because they're in a relationship.
Yeah, I'd be like, why not?
I would absolutely.
And
if
also,
I were a brother.
It sounds like here it says the traveling. The group was traveling using staff travel benefits arranged by her partner's mother.
Yeah, so all of their mom got them the tickets.
So I am actually going to argue that the partner is the a-hole, but more so
the guy or the girl in coach.
Oh, sorry, the guy who got upgraded and didn't, because if it was like 2-hour flight, whatever. But 14 hours is a long time. When you thought you were all going to be traveling together, 14 hours is a long time just to be like, sorry, honey, I'm going to go sit up with my bros. And I understand why the brothers, because it sounds like there were multiple brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if there were 3 of them, I get why the 2 aren't going to be like, all right, who draws straws to go sit in economy also alone.
That's why I'm just saying, I do think the brother is the a-hole because, why not just let the couple do it? If you're just with the brothers and
you're up there drinking champagne and having the whole.
I just think that's
for you, not for her.
But here's my thing: is that I was gonna say, outside of any of that, I think the mom is the a-hole to be like, okay, yeah, you guys can go sit up front, knowing that your daughter-in-law or your son's boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever is going to be stuck in the back by herself. That's kind of
but listen, I don't know if I think all the tickets were for economy and they just got bumped up.
Yeah, that's how it works. When you fly standby, you get what they have.
Yeah, I don't think
she didn't book them first.
So it
I don't
wasn't
think
a solid that she did.
No.
Okay.
They're saying that they got bumped up, and they weren't expecting to do that.
Okay. Well, then I think
so. They were all supposed to be in economy.
I think the girl's boyfriend is the a-hole.
The girl's boyfriend for bailing on her.
Yes.
This exact scenario on a level has happened to me, where our whole family was flying from Paris to Vancouver, BC on an 11 or 12-hour flight, and everyone got upgraded except for my oldest brother. And it was this exact scenario, but not a couple. And one person had to take a bullet because
how did you decide that?
Well, he just basically had to take it. He was the big brother, and it is what it is.
But nobody offered to stay behind.
Well, here's the problem. The reason I even bring it up is there are no switchies mid-flight. So if someone's going to bring up, well, why wouldn't you just do a half and half?
They won't let you do that, I don't think,
Once you are locked in, you're a criminal in business class. You don't get to. We tried to bring him a piece of cake, and he almost got in trouble because they thought he stole it from the galley. You cannot mix once it's in there. So it's unfortunate, but it's also I have never flown like that other than that day. So if you took that from me, I would still be in my 40s. And never have done it. So it's tough to say just go back there for 14 hours.
So who's the a-hole?
I mean, if she didn't get the upgrade, I think it's probably him. He should have switched out with her and let her go sit with the brothers. And if one of them then wanted to take the bullet, he should probably take it since they're a couple. Or he can choose to sit and coach.
Yeah, I think the brothers should have let the couple sit together. I mean, come on. 866-445-1059. But what do you think? Who's the a-hole here? I mean, I guess there are 3 different options.
Yeah.
Right? Let's go to line 1. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey. I'd have to say that if he plans on having a woman for the rest of his life, that was a bad move.
Yeah. To just leave her back for 14 hours. I mean, 2 hours, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay, but 14 hours, that's like
long
that's a half a day.
Right, honey, just watch 8 movies. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, my wife just sleeps on the dang plane anyway, so it's not like we're going to have a master conversation about life in an airplane.
Yeah, but I mean, she needs a shoulder.
But how would
and you're the shoulder.
That also is. There's the question.
Pillow,
also,
Laura, neck pillow. I had to buy 5 of them. Remember, neck pillow.
Okay.
Neck pillows.
But if she's gonna sleep the whole time, how bitter are you when you're like, "How was it up there?" Like, oh, I don't know. I just kind of conked out.
Yeah. How was your free champagne?
You should be hammered.
So who's the a-hole then?
I don't even care about those things.
He's saying the boyfriend.
The boyfriend's the a-hole.
Because you got to keep
The
that girl.
boyfriend, you never leave your wife alone. It's like when you leave out the house hungry and horny. There's a girl out there with a sandwich.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. We got text messages coming in on our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line at 98197. This text comes from 6586. It says, the boyfriend is the a-hole for not sticking with the woman when she had already stated discomfort in flying alone. The brother's not an a-hole, but would have been given bonus points if he had given his seat up.
It would have been a bro mode. A move for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
I don't think you could be like, dude, I can't believe you didn't let my girlfriend in your seat. Like,
no,
right.
Think
Like,
about that
I would
argument.
be,
I
would be salty about that.
I don't know
for
that
sure.
that's what you should do, but I do think it's the right thing to do. You know, I'm not saying that you should just expect it because that's the dick move, but it's the right thing as a brother to be like, yeah, well, I'll let the couple sit together if I'm by myself.
Yeah, and that's assuming you like her.
If you like her.
Right, especially if you don't.
If you don't like her, then this is your opportunity.
Chick sucks.
Or if they haven't been dating for a long time, or I don't know.
He's always got someone different.
1919 says double standard. If the man was in the back, nobody would have an issue with this. I thought gender didn't matter.
Okay,
there's an argument. I mean, you might not like it, but there's an argument for that.
I do think, though, if it were, well, I think the relationship matters more so. Like, if it was the couple in front and the brother in the back, like, I think it's less of an argument because it's like, you're just like, I don't know.
Either way, somebody's going to feel left out.
Yeah, true.
Everybody except one person's going to be in a decent mood at baggage claim. That other person is not to be messed with.
Like, you can have first class. Just bring me one of those hot towels and some peanuts.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Just
telling you.
Just slide some of that back here when you go to the lavatory.
Catch your ass every time.
More of your calls coming up here in a second. Who's the a-hole?
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Here's Drew.
Well, we love a Cinderella story or an underdog coming through and knocking off Goliath. Well, it actually happened in ladies softball at the college level. It was Texas Tech trying to punch their first ticket to a College World Series final, but Oklahoma stood in the way, and they are the magical team that no one thought could be beat. But down just a run at the end of the game, Texas Tech did this.
Allred's first pitch swinging into right. Barker loads up. Davis to the plate. Save! Texas Tech has done it! They end the greatest dynasty in college softball history. The Red Raiders storm to the championship series.
There's something about watching the juggernaut as their face realizes that they're human. Because you forget what it's like to lose. Some of these girls probably haven't lost since they were in junior high. Well, there's the feeling right there. Another team that is on their winning way, the Oregon State Beaver baseball team, after the Ducks were ousted on some questionable calls over the last couple of days. The Beavs will continue. After losing their first game, they went on to outscore their opponents 52-6 the rest of the way. To get the job done, they will host Florida State in the second round coming up on Friday. Go Beavs. There's your sports.
Thank you very much. All right, this morning we want to know who the a-hole here is in this situation. So a woman was left alone in economy after her partner got a free upgrade on a 14-hour flight. She said that, I don't want to be back here by myself for 14 hours, and he just left her back there.
Damn. Bye.
Got to get the upgrades, I guess. We want to know who the a-hole is in this situation. 866-445-1059 is the phone number. We'll take your calls coming up after Queen. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on 105.9 The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes.
All right, who is the a-hole? Found this on Reddit. A woman shared her experience of a long-haul flight when her and her partner and his brothers were upgraded. I guess her partner and his brothers were upgraded to business class, leaving her alone in economy. The group is traveling using staff travel benefits arranged by her partner's mother, who works for the airline. Despite expressing her discomfort at flying alone for the flight, her partner did not offer to stay with her. Neither did his brothers offer to swap seats. The woman spent 14 hours reflecting on feeling abandoned and upset by her partner's decision. She later confronted him, and that led to a disagreement about her reaction to the whole thing.
He was just like tough toenails.
So who's the a-hole here in this situation? Is it her for maybe just getting upset? Like, listen, upgrades don't happen very often. You got to take them when you get them. Or is it the brother? Or sorry, is it the husband for leaving her there? Or is it the brother for not offering to switch? 866-445-1059. We also have some text messages coming in. This one says, from 3049, says, when you're on standby, you take the upgrades. The girlfriend choosing to be salty is her problem. I would do the same thing, no regrets.
Standby is a fickle thing, right? Like, you might not get on a flight all day, and you might be the only one who didn't get on the flight. Chip in a chair is kind of part of it. Let's just get on and then deal with it.
Yeah, so at least she got a seat on the flight at all.
It's much better than, well, we only have these.
Yeah.
This one says, I think everyone is the a-hole in this situation because if it's my flight, if it's just more than 3 hours, yes, I'd definitely be sitting in first class with my wife. So I guess he's saying just stick with a wife.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no option to just go sit with your wife in first class. That would be easy.
9820 says, I agree with Tanner, but also the mom falls into the a-hole category as well. I kind of think the brother's the a-hole for not just offering to let the wife and the husband sit together.
How many brothers? Because to me, it sounds like there are multiple brothers.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
It sounds like it's the partner and two brothers. And if there are two additional brothers, I think that makes it more complicated.
Right. It makes sense like that.
Because
But
then somebody's
at
got to
that
draw
point,
straws.
Why
of,
don't
like,
we do something that's fair, like draw straws or play paper, rock, scissors or something like that?
Honestly, maybe that's the solution. Is like all three of them maybe should have just been like, all right, paper, rock, scissors, see who gets it.
This one says, I also agree with Tanner. I would definitely let my brother sit with his wife. This one's from 9784. It says, if it's him, he's the total a-hole when you're going on an adventure together with your partner. That's exactly what you do. You sit with your partner. When you want to do things solo or be alone, that's how you do that. Anyway, so.
My wife, actually, we were going back and forth because we have a dentist appointment thing today. And so she was listening to this and said that if we got the upgrade, she would see it as you won a lottery type of thing. And then she added that it would be the first time she ever had peace and quiet on a flight, which I took as a personal stab.
I like it.
Yeah, so this person said to that point, like upgrades don't happen very often. You take them as they come.
And like, if that is the case, does that mean all of a sudden she has a row to herself? Or does somebody
it's
else
probably a full
take
flight
those?
that they're, because they would throw you in coach first. Those are kind of like, well, we have these.
Because I was going to say, if now there's an empty seat, I mean, that could be nice. But if somebody else is there, then that's a bummer.
Let's go to line one. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning. Who is the a-hole?
Good morning, Bricker. How are we doing today?
Good, man.
Good. I think we're missing some information. The only time I ever got upgraded, it was tied to my name.
So what do you say?
Yeah, and I don't know if you can go to the counter and you can talk them into switching. You usually can do that, but it is like that kind of a lottery. Your name came up, and so it's your ticket. But I think you could go up and say, we're all a group, can we shuffle? And they would do that.
Yeah.
That's definitely a possibility, but I'm thinking because they were on staff benefits, it might have been tied to her.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like yeah, they were using staff travel benefits that was arranged by her partner's mother.
Well, and that last name thing does does play a part.
Right, and that's why at the beginning I was like, well, maybe the mom's kind of the a-hole too, because.
But she doesn't know that they're going to get an upgrade.
Yeah, true.
And she got them all economy tickets.
They're all on the flight.
Yeah,
so.
and without her, you guys pay for flights.
Right.
You don't get to call her the a-hole, I don't think.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it, brother.
Anytime. Have a good one.
We got some talkback messages coming in through our iHeartRadio app. Who is the a-hole?
Hey guys, society is the a-hole. If this was 3 sisters who got upgraded and 1 husband left back in coach, this wouldn't even be a conversation.
And that definitely would be the thing that would happen.
I don't think that's true, though. I don't think that's true. Like, if it was me and, like, if this was a similar situation and I got placed in first class and then my husband was in the back, I think somebody would also have to take the bullet and say, are you going to go? Because, like, I feel like that would be equally messed up for me to not go sit with my partner. You know, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I get to abandon my partner.
I think that's it too. And I would feel guilty. I would just feel guilty abandoning my partner.
I just think it's part of where you're at in your relationship, though. Like,
yeah,
I'm away from my partner all day, and I'm not abandoning
any
her.
point in the relationship, even if it's early on, if you bail and leave them back there on the plane, I think that's messed up.
I think it's more important for you to sit with your partner if the relationship is newer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're together forever.
If you have married's one thing.
Yeah, but also they're referring to them as partners, not husband and wife, which makes me think they're just dating.
And it depends on who you're dating. I mean, my own wife said, you just go sit up there. I'm fine. If they're not okay, then you stay back.
Yeah, I feel like early on, if it's early in the relationship and you bail on your girlfriend and leave her back there and you go and sit in front, that's a red flag.
And I think also it would be a bro move for her to be like, hey, this is a cool experience for you. Just go sit up in front.
That's a green flag. Marry her.
Yeah.
You just say, chicks love bad boys. I'll see you at the end of the flight.
Yeah.
We're going to grow from this.
This one says, why would mom be the a-hole? She got them all free flights. They should be happy. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I've flown on a girlfriend's mom's ticket, and you thank them thoroughly for that.
Mm-hmm.
This one says, she's the a-hole. She's making a big deal out of nothing. Well, it is a 14-hour flight.
14 hours
totally
sucks
nothing.
to just like sit and because like
the tears will dry by 14 hours though.
Oh, I don't know. After you get out and you're all like sore
stiff.
and you've been sleeping
You might be the most mad
and
you've been in a long
your
time.
partner and his brothers are like having the time of their lives.
Headlocks.
I'm just like,
and they're all hammered from the champagne.
I don't think she'd be over it by the end of the flight.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
But if she wasn't pissed, then you've got to keep her.
Or like maybe there's some sort of compromise where it's like, okay, well now I get to do something special and you don't get to be part of it, or something like that,
I think that would be an easy sell if they're like, I get a massage, right? Deal.
Yeah, right.
This text from 2396 says that I'd never lead my wife or let my wife go up either. That guy didn't get laid for a long time after that, I'm sure.
Wouldn't let my wife go up either. Easy on the leash, dude. Yeah. She's going to be fine. It's like, you can't go up there. What if there's another man with hungry eyes?
Yeah, I don't trust you with my brother.
Yeah.
What?
98197, that's our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line.
What would everybody in this room do?
What would I do? I'd
ask if it was cool.
I would definitely what do you think, babe? But I think if I were the brother, I would let the couple sit together.
Yeah.
If I were the husband, let's just assuming they're married, I wouldn't leave her. Because I'm going to hear about that. And like that guy said, I don't want to be put in the doghouse where I'm on a dry spell for a month. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
I'd ask to go and hope she said yes. That's what I would do.
If she's super chill,
and if she's super chill,
I think I would definitely do it.
Yeah, because it's a once in a lifetime. Like, I don't fly business or first class.
It's just it's not my
spot.
If they came up to me and said, "Hey, the thing's open and there's only one spot," I'm not getting up immediately and saying, "Peace, babe."
I would say, well, you can have it if you want, or I could go.
Or maybe.
And then hope she's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. That's talking it out, though. Just what I'm saying is just making the decision and bailing.
Totally. Like for you to just be like, raise your hand right away. I'll go.
This one says she is the a-hole of the flight, was a freebie through his family. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
I guess that is true. That's true.
This is true. It's like somebody gives you a free meal and you don't like how the steak was made. Well, get over it.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very valid point.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. We got a few more talkback messages coming in through our iHeart Radio app. Download it for free today.
I don't know. I think the guy is kind of an a-hole only because he could have been like, look, it's a 12-hour flight. I'll give you a couple hours up there or whatever, and then, half and half. But then again, it's a different story because he has his brothers with him. So it's like they should all be in a group. If not... And I could just picture the afterwards, when they land, they're all like, we're all refreshed. We had a good nap. And the wife's all like bright-eyed and all sunken-eyed and stuff.
Yeah, she's...
Exactly.
Her hair's all messed up.
stoked.
Here's them talking about the seats. They go almost completely horizontal and a bigger window.
No, more talkbacks.
Hey, when you're on staff benefits, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. I mean, y'all got a free flight, so, just don't be complaining. And also, they assign the seats. You're not changing. You're on staff benefits. You're on the flight. Be happy.
This text from 8283 says it's a 14-hour flight halfway through, switch both ways. I'm not sure that the airline will let you switch.
If that were allowed,
That should be it.
It's like, okay, we'll take shifts.
Now, it would be cool if you could be like, okay, to a flight attendant while in flight, you explain it to them, can I switch? Maybe, but the rules that when I experienced it were you aren't even to come up here.
This text from 7462 says, let's just say none of these three brothers are opening doors for women.
Oh, come on. I mean,
you can be respectful and not run around opening doors and throwing your jacket on puddles.
There you go. More of your calls and texts coming up. Hang on.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's rock station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Coming up here in a few minutes, you got a chance to get to Vegas to see our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
That's right.
And this year, the lineup is pretty great.
Yeah.
We're going to announce it again here, I guess, in a few minutes. Or did we already announce it this morning? I think it was already
We
announced.
announced it early. But yeah, we should have the lineup coming up again.
Well, just give me a couple of the bands that are going to be there.
All right, so we got The Offspring is going to be there this year. John Fogerty, Brian Adams is going to be there. Sammy Hagar is going to be there. So
Nice.
kind of a cool rock lineup this year.
And you'll be in Sin City, and we'll even toss in $1,000 so you can, party with it.
Yeah, and tickets don't go on sale for a minute. So
funny money?
Yeah.
Get it.
It's winning before you can buy them tickets, a trip to Vegas, and $1,000 coming up here in just a few minutes. As soon as you hear the keyword, you got to text it to 200-200 for your chance to win. And that's coming up in less than 10. Happy Tuesday. We are commercial free on 105.9 The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's rock station. 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. We are commercial free. Coming up in a few minutes, we've got here a list of little luxuries of modern life. Like, they're not luxurious things, but they are to us, to people who don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we'll share those with you in a few minutes. All I'm thinking about, though, I've had a great time in here today with you guys, having a fun show.
What's the problem?
What do you got on your mind?
All I'm thinking about is Righteous Gemstones. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Misbehaving. I just started the show. I'm on episode 7 of season 2.
You're kind of like really.
You're creeping.
I'm powering through
You're
it.
breaking through these.
It is
a
my
lot.
favorite show since Breaking Bad.
It's up there for sure.
I mean,
I
dude.
got to see the full package because still have just under half left.
Yeah, what are you on, 3?
3-2.
I am so obsessed, and what's cool is that the show's over with. So if you've been watching the show, you already know what's happening. But like, I get to ride the ride without having to stop. I can just power
I'm just
through
concerned because, like, I'm not really concerned, but I know you're gonna just power through the rest of it and be so bummed that it's over. You gotta pace yourself.
I know I should. Well, I mean, like last night I saw an episode that was like, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it was like 10:30 at night. And I wanted to watch another one, but I forced myself to go to bed.
Good call.
So I've been thinking about it, though, and I think that's what's good. Is,
Yeah,
give yourself a day or
that's
two.
how you know it's a good show.
I feel like I was living under a rock on this one. I had heard the name Righteous Gemstones, but in my mind, I just passed it off as like a family glee club, not interesting. Like, I didn't even realize this was about a super church and about the ins and outs of that. And
why didn't anybody tell us how great this show was?
yeah, and now people did late, but Beefwater muttered it not 6 months ago. 5 months ago for the first time to
And I
us.
remember seeing clips online from like Danny McBride and Walter Goggins, and like thinking, God, these guys are hilarious. I got to watch the show.
I want to say I started watching the show like right after I moved here, but for some reason I could never get past like the first 1 or 2 episodes. And so finally it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, I really need to sit down and just keep watching it. And that was only a couple of months ago. So I'm like, what?
God, it is.
How did I not?
Righteous Gemstones is honestly the best TV show, I think, since Breaking Bad. I mean, there's a lot of great TV shows out there, but this is top notch. I laugh. I go, oh crap! Like, it's surprising, like Breaking Bad was.
There's action. There's comedy.
Yeah, and Danny
there's
McBride.
romance.
Danny McBride is just a genius. That dude is fantastic.
And I mean,
love that guy.
the casting is tremendous.
John Goodman. The girl who plays Judy is fantastic.
Yeah, and I don't know what else she's in. I think this is like her big breakout role almost. But
and it's beyond
that dude from Workaholics, Adam Devine. He's great.
It's beyond just the writing too. It's the blocking. It's the like you think about things like, and this doesn't give anything away, where you're gonna sink a car, but then you realize you sunk the car at high tide, and so at low tide there's no water there.
Yeah.
And that type of an idea is brilliant, and just snap to a shot. It's hilarious in itself. Or like just they'll make a person running off scene hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of those things right now where it's. I know this is going to happen. When Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, I'm just going to be at work. I'm going to be thinking about it all day.
Daydreaming
and
about it.
I have so much to do today too, and I'm thinking about is when can I get home to watch more
Yeah, but I mean,
Righteous
that's nice to
Gemstones.
have something to look forward to. Right?
Get over here and work on that back step, Judy.
Yeah. There's so many great lines, half of which we can't say here on the air. But
every main character, there's an argument for why they are great.
Yeah.
So that's good. You've got an ensemble there.
And you will need to have some vulgar humor. Like, that's got to be your sense of
your dark humor,
because
Well, I was raised in a Christian church, in like a big super church like that, and so it's very relatable for me because I remember this stuff. I went to school at this church every day, and then Wednesday we had Royal Rangers, and then Sunday we had church twice a day.
I didn't realize you went to a mega church. Like,
It was a mega church.
Yeah, I knew a lot of friends who went to those types of churches. I did not, but honestly, it's like it's on point. I think.
Yeah, it really is.
And I'm wondering if regionally how it's consumed. Like here where we live.
Oh, in the South they hate it.
More tongue in cheek. I bet there are some people up in arms.
Guys are making fun of us.
Nothing's right about them.
Daddy, they're making fun of us.
Yeah, he's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I love it. Righteous Gemstones, man.
It's good.
It's my favorite show on TV right now. Misbehaving. The songs get stuck in my head. Misbehaving. So Someone sent a text message in and said second season was the best, I think. I'm watching that one right now.
Pretty good.
I'm on the first. I just finished the first episode of the 4th season, so I'm in the home stretch here.
Yeah, little baby Billy in season 3 gets pretty ridiculous.
All right, I'll listen to this all day. Misbehaving. Okay.
That's right.
We've got to
If you're wondering what that is, this is a gift.
It is. Yeah, go check out Righteous Gemstones. It's my favorite show right now. It's 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. We are commercial free.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's rock station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Just talking about my new favorite show. I am obsessed with Righteous Gemstones right now. I've been powering through it. And that's all I'm thinking about this morning is going home and watching more of that show when I get there. We did get some text messages. Someone said Righteous Gemstones only gets crazier. It's my favorite Walter Goggins character. Yeah, I thought he was really great in Fallout, and then I saw this.
Yeah, Fallout's also great.
I completely forgot that he was in Fallout.
It's just a different style of him. It just shows how amazing he is.
7119 says, when you're all done with Righteous Gemstones, you need to watch Tanner, you need to watch The Gentleman, the show and the movie. It's way better than The Mob.
Now, we talked about this. That's the Guy Ritchie show. Now, it's good, and it's fun. It's not as good
Is that
as this.
Pierce Brosnan?
He might be in
Pierce
it.
Brosnan and Tom Hardy are in a show together. I don't know if that's what.
I don't think that's
I don't think that's it.
Because it's a different pretty boy in that show. But it's good. It's fast moving. You'll like the camera angles, but it doesn't have the depth of character that this has.
Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, this is another level.
Yeah, well, I'm only halfway through season 2, so I still have a long way to go. I'm really enjoying it. It's like, dude, it's better than I liked the
Studio
Succession, but not like this.
Yeah, it's
this is like
it's so much different to me.
Yeah, and Succession.
They're very similar though. They're
it's
like the same. It's like the same formula, the same style. It's just a different family.
I found
different
Succession
business.
harder to grasp just because I felt like they were talking about stuff that was
Financials
going
and-
over my head the whole time,
and
this
stocks
is
and all those things. They dumb it down for us in a good way with Gemstones.
Yeah, it really is my favorite show. We got some talkbacks coming in through our iHeartRadio app. You, of course, can send us one anytime. Download our iHeartRadio app for your cell phone.
It's hard to tell who the a-hole is.
They're talking about the a-hole thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
We feel you.
Yeah. All right. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to check more of your talkback messages. So if you got something to say to the show, download the iHeartRadio app. Also, coming up, it's a list of little luxuries of modern life.
Okay.
Like, these aren't really luxurious things, but to us, they are. We'll share them with you coming up here in less than 10 minutes. Happy Tuesday. It's 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Broods, Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Coming up tomorrow, more Linkin Park tickets. Linky Pinky.
That's right.
They're going to be at the Moda Center in September. And yes, Chester isn't there, but Sarah from, her name is
Emily.
Emily from a band called Dead Sarah, is now the singer. And she's good. She's no Chester, but she's good.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Give
She
her,
is
and
talented.
maybe she's gonna kind of grow with this band. Give her
sure.
some road time.
Yeah.
I think Mike sounds better than ever, though. I think Mike sounds so good right now. It's too bad that, Chester still isn't here to hear how good they would sound together. But listen, she's great. It's going to be fun. And we'll have tickets for you tomorrow at 7:30. You also have another chance at 1059thebrew.com.
Yeah.
We're calling the game Two in the Link.
That's right.
What do you think? Do you think this would be a cool idea? Like, let's say it doesn't work out with Emily, the new singer. Like, what if they had rotating singers?
That'd be cool. How
Like
long do
Jeopardy?
they ride this, though?
Yeah, like Jeopardy, they had rotating hosts.
How long do you think they'll ride this before they do something like that?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Probably.
Like one album. They should just do one album, get a new singer, get
do it again.
do it new album.
I guess it depends on how well the band's getting along, and I don't know.
Let's get Axl Rose to sing for Linkin Park.
Oh,
Let's
great
let's
idea.
see how that sounds.
What's his scream game like?
Oh.
What's the pop kid with the mustache and the leotard who sings Queen songs?
Oh,
Benson-
Adam Lambert.
Oh, Adam Lambert. Benson Boone.
Benson Boone.
Benson Boone.
Okay.
Put him in, coach.
I'm gonna pass.
No,
on that
come
one.
on. In the leotard? You love the leotard.
Okay.
All right, we are commercial free. We're going to check some of your talkback messages. Download the iHeartRadio app. Also, coming up next, little list of luxuries of modern life, like
taking naps.
Nutella, I would think.
Yeah.
And naps.
Yeah,
Right
naps
after
and Nutella.
Big thing of Nutella. It's 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
All right, so 72 Points released a list of favorite little luxuries of modern life. You know, these aren't luxurious things that like super rich people actually think are luxurious, like fancy leathers and gold toilets.
Right.
This is like the difference between people who don't have and the nice things we get, or
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it would like something like toilet paper be on said list, or is it more crafty than that? Because I mean, that's a modern marvel I simply cannot live without.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you could put that on this list. It's not in the top 10 though, but I would say that it could be on this list.
Is
for
it
sure.
all products or is it also
like electronics?
It could just be
like having a day to yourself.
Right. It could just be something
or
like
like
that.
having a smartwatch.
A favorite little luxuries of modern life. Nearly half, 46% of adults feel like they don't have enough time to add luxury to their daily lives, according to a new survey. It finds that 38% of the 2,000 respondents say enjoying little luxuries has become more important than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much to feel like you're treating yourself either. Let's see here. According to the poll of 2,000 adults, they usually treat themselves to a little luxury around 5 times a month.
Okay.
So what's an example of a little luxury?
Let's see. More than a third, 38%, say having a chance to enjoy a little luxuries has become more important. Nearly 3/4, 72% agree that being able to enjoy these things is a lot easier now. For 82%, small luxuries have a positive impact on their mood. And let's see. So we want me to start at 10 and work our way up?
Let's
You're
do
going to
it.
love 10, Drew.
Okay.
You're going to love 10. It's an air fryer.
Oh, yeah. That's an incredible luxury.
Oh.
Go get used to an air fryer and then go try and, like, say you go on vacation, you buy the same, like you rent an apartment or you rent an Airbnb. Go try and take the same product and cook it in an oven.
Yeah.
You'll be severely disappointed.
Air fryers at 10 for most common little luxuries. Number 9 is having an after-dinner treat. Number 8 is robot vacuum cleaners.
Nah.
I think they're kind of
a little overrated.
overhyped.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like I bought a Roomba and the thing's just kind of dumb.
I think they're here to smear dog poop.
Exactly.
Number 7 is a TV show with no ads.
That's a nice luxury.
I totally agree. A friend of mine put Disney Plus because I let it expire. I wasn't watching it.
Yeah.
So she put it on my TV and she's got the ad version and it makes me insane.
Yeah, Laura
Yeah,
has ad version on everything.
I do. Minus like HBO Max. I think everything else has ads.
I can't do
Hulu,
it, man.
Netflix, all of it.
But she gets a good deal.
Yeah, I pay
It's a
$7
little
a month.
luxury.
Okay. Yeah.
I even pay YouTube like what $10 a month so I don't have to see commercials at all.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Anyway, a TV show with no ads is at number 7. Number 6 is a good quality skincare.
Sure.
That's a luxury
Yeah.
that people love.
Absolutely. You look at people who don't have that opportunity and the skin goes to baseball mitt pretty quick.
Number 5 is one that I love: grocery delivery. I know Laura hates it. I absolutely love grocery delivery because I have cat litter delivered to my house. I hate carrying that stuff.
I do have like my cat food and my litter is delivered by a service.
Yeah.
But the other day, oh my God, like a Subaru Forester was parked next door to my place, and there was a guy just unloading groceries. Just like he probably took like 3 trips back and forth, and he was just dropping them off at one of my neighbor's front doorsteps. And I was like, how annoying! Just do your own grocery shopping.
I love it so much.
But you know what? It is a great luxury. I've never used it personally, but the Instacart people in Costco though. They got to come up with a better way than letting like 100 random people with those giant flatbeds shop for people. It's wild.
I'll tell you though, opening my door to get my Gatorade right off my porch.
I mean, the convenience is nice,
love it so much.
undeniably, but
and sometimes I have to get. Sometimes I get beer delivered.
Oh, yeah.
And like I don't have to be there if it's just normal food. They'll just leave it on the doorstep. But if it's
then
beer,
you have to get like a signature or something.
Gotta be there.
My neighbor had to show his ID when they got there.
Same, yeah. I got to show my ID. Number 4 for the top 10 most common little luxuries. These aren't necessarily luxurious things for rich people, but
Feeling pretty good so far on this list.
Yeah.
Number 4 is next day delivery. That's a luxury that we've become accustomed to. I love next day delivery.
Me
and
too.
with the Zon, most times if you get over $25, you can get same day delivery.
I know. I've been trying to order off of Amazon less because I'm trying not to feed the machine.
Oh,
as
I'm
much.
sure it'll go away.
But it's about the principle. But that 2-day delivery, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I can't get rid of it. It's so nice.
Number 3 for the top 10 most common little luxuries is good quality coffee. I know you two drink coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, so it's not really important to me. But for people who do drink it, I can tell when it's bad, they're bummed out. When it's good, they're happy.
Yeah, and luckily for us, we drink good coffee here. We still have a bunch of that Tanner Drew and Laura Thornton stuff from back in the day.
Yeah,
but
the morning brew.
I love all good coffee and hoping for more in the future.
Number 2 for the top 10 most common little luxuries is high-speed internet. Definitely, whether you're a gamer, whether you like to stream videos, movies,
And that's something at
whatever
this
it is.
point we take for granted. But like one of the most frustrating things is having slow or no service.
Yeah.
And
Once the blue little circle starts spinning, pretty quick to fall apart.
And you kind of hinted to it a little earlier, Laura. The number 1 thing on the list for the top 10 most common little luxuries. Number 1.
Good sleep.
What is it? You say good sleep?
Napping.
Close. It's a little peace and quiet.
Oh, yeah. Because I do think it's like
Never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like not everything is monetary. No, not all luxuries are monetary. Sometimes it's just like peace of mind. It's like relaxation.
Yeah, you're right. When I was a little kid, my mom used to drive with the radio off, and it would make me crazy to just drive in silence. I always thought this is insane. And when I get, when I get my own car and I get to drive, I'm never driving in silence. Now I do it all the time.
Yeah,
and I enjoy it very much.
It's funny because my my 1-year-old goes to bed at 1 o'clock, and my kids don't come home till 2:40. And so Amy, that hour and 40 minutes, that's hers. So whether it's time to sleep, or whether it's time to just be quiet, hour and 40 minutes of peace and quiet. So I see why it's at the top of the list.
It costs nothing, but it's so valuable.
It's priceless.
1880 says a mani-pedi 2 times a month is a must for them. A little luxury.
Oh, yeah. Get a
Mani-pedi.
girl- Or boy. I shouldn't say get a girl.
It is a girl. I know who
It
that
might be
is.
a gentleman. Okay.
That's a girl.
All right.
It's a lady.
I mean, I do think dudes can go and get a pedi every once in a while. A mani-pedi is nice.
Those heels get too ratchet. I just let the gang of females in my house at it.
Fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 98197. What are we missing? That's our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. What little luxury is missing from this list here? 98197.
Yes.
What about like poopery? You know, the stuff you spray in the toilet so it doesn't smell like
yeah,
a douche.
yeah. You know what?
Or like anything like
Glade.
that. Odor eaters, anything that like kills stinky smells.
Yeah.
Sure.
A Glade spray in a pinch. That I guess that is a pun.
Pretty nice.
Or
wet wipes when you're on a camping trip.
hell
Wet
yeah.
wipes in general.
Yeah.
I don't know how I lived without them.
Let's go to Siri and Steve. Good morning, Siri and Steve.
Hey, good morning, people. How we doing?
Doing well, brother.
Bro, you know what's really luxury and a lot of people don't understand till you can't do it is driving.
Yeah, true.
I guess it is a luxury until they take your keys at 80.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, having to like
dude, not only,
take the bus everywhere or Uber would be a real pain in the ass.
Dude, it is horrible because I remember I got my license suspended when I was a lot younger, and man, it was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you get a Dewey, you'll remember how great driving was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Siri and Steve.
Yeah. All right, love you guys.
Appreciate it, bro. Talkbacks coming in through our iHeartRadio app.
Happy Brews Day, Brew Crew. Yes, the righteous gemstones, the gemstones, the gemstones. Whoa, yes. If you're not watching it, get on it, because it is righteous. Absolutely. Have a great day. Later.
Yeah, there's that.
They are
He
righteous
likes it.
and they are gemstones. Yes.
Borderline sexual for a second there.
Yeah,
that's a little luxury.
People get
Watching
really excited
Righteous
about
Gemstones.
good TV is a luxury,
yeah,
right?
favorite TV shows, yeah.
This guy, when he heard us talking about Righteous Gemstones, my new favorite show, he sent us this message.
Mama said not to. I did it anyway.
Misbehaving. Oh, sorry. We'll forget it.
He kind of cut it short. He didn't do you justice there.
Yeah, I love that song. I love that show.
It's so good.
It is good.
Let's see. Oh, haircut is a luxury that this person from 6060 says. A haircut.
Sure.
I know, and I'm due.
It can make you feel like a new person.
More of your calls and texts coming up. Hang on.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Now, what's trending?
All right, a brand new Donkey Show podcast is going to be recorded here in just a few minutes. We'll have that online around 11 a.m. at 1059thebrew.com. It's just a little more show, the show after the show, a little behind-the-scenes look at what goes on in the studio.
Yeah.
Also, Shane Hawkins, the son of Taylor Hawkins, the former drummer of Foo Fighters, who, of course, passed away a couple years back.
Yes.
Shares which Foo Fighters song that his father loved to play the most.
All right.
And listen, I think we're probably just days or maybe weeks away from him being announced as the new Foo Fighters drummer.
It is interesting now that he is in the news, like doing interviews, talking about his dad's favorite Foo Fighters song.
Yes, this a prep.
Yeah, and they just recently fired their drummer, the Foo Fighters, and I think it's because Shane is he's 18, 19 years old now. He looks just like his dad, Taylor Hawkins. He plays just like his dad. Wouldn't it be perfect?
Yeah, it does make sense.
So anyway, Shane...
Spot's open. Let's do it.
Yeah, like just to give you an example how good he is, here's Shane playing Low on the drums. It's a Foo Fighters song.
Okay.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Then you can tell like it's going to be his craft. He's going to focus on it like his dad did. Yeah, he's good.
Makes sense.
Anyway, what song did Taylor Hawkins like to perform the most?
I'm going to say My Hero.
You think that'd be a good one? That's a good drum track.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, here's the clip.
People say, like, you know, that song of Aurora was his favorite to play, but that's a lie. And Dave never let... Well, Dave did let him play it with them, but it was just, you know, it's a hard one to do all together. It's a lot of... the whole time. So Dave was kind of probably, I don't know, but that's what I think. I would be like that too if I was a guitar player. So it's called Low.
So that's the song.
So that's
yeah,
Low.
Low from the Foo Fighters.
All right.
You learn something every day.
Not sure I know that one.
I don't know it either.
You can go home and crush that on your drums today.
It's probably a deep track. Because the Color and Shape album, I loved every song on that album, even the songs that weren't hits. So maybe it's one of those.
Yeah.
But there it is. I don't know if that's for sure going to happen, that Shane Hawkins is going to join the Foos. It's just, I feel it in my guts.
Yeah, I mean...
And they need a good little spark right now.
And they are looking for the new drummer, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, as soon as we find out, you'll find out more on that story at 1059thebrew.com. All right, Court's in here next. Don't forget, we got your chance to fly to Las Vegas to see our iHeartRadio Music Festival and to pick up $1,000 in cash this morning. And Court's got your chance at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Happy Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream.